All right. Xfinity at new Roval with the weird thing they've done with it. I don't like what they did with the Roval. Don't blame iRacing, blame NASCAR, obviously. Um, I, they just turned like a section that you could flow into just a blind set of corners, which is so epic. But you'll see. I'm gonna play the full onboard first, and then we'll talk about it. So this is just the run up here. Then I'll call out the gears as they go. So down to second. Be mostly second in this lap. First. Second. Third. Fourth. Third. Second. Third. Fourth. Oh, sorry. Fourth down to second in that last chicane. I was just enamored by my wheel hop and everything. Okay. So we'll go corner by corner here. Everything drives the same as before, except there's new corners. So I just care about getting a run up here. You can use a ton of this curb. You basically just want to avoid the 1X. Like, let's see how I am here. Yeah, like look, if as long as you have your lefts on this curb here, you won't get the 1X. And these turtles here don't do anything to your car. So that's going to be the meta for this corner, is just getting your left side. Sorry, that's left. Getting your left sides on the curb, not your right sides on the curb, your left sides on the curb. Then that sets you up for a good angle here. Okay. I brake like at 2.5. You can, if I'm in a race, I'm going to be braking at 3 and then braking less. But for qualifying, I'm going to brake at 2.5 and brake harder. Make sure your wheel is in a straight line. Going to be easy to cheat your wheel left like this. So that's why I'm kind of moving my wheel around, is because if I'm just holding left here, I'm not going to be able to take the corner as I want it, but I'm trying to get my car kind of flush up against this wall. So I'm trying to late apex this corner. You want to reach this point trying to be as straight off as possible. You don't want to be pointed this way. You want to be pointed this way. Did a decent job there. And then you can carry the throttle. And then if you do a good job getting aggressive on the throttle here, it'll kind of rotate you around this portion and then back down onto the pit wall here. You can carry it back out for extra speed, but your next set of corners is so quick that I just usually lay off and then immediately try to turn right from a wide angle into here. And then you can either kind of coast here, but you'll lose a couple tenths. So I make this curb and then I throttle up the track. And then I brake rotate back down the track. So you're like, wait a second, don't you just want to coast if you're instead throttling and braking, wouldn't you just have a less of a drive off? No, because you're carrying more speed through center here, and then this brake here is just to rotate the car. It's not really slowing the car down. So you're actually carrying more speed all the way through. And then you can jump this curb right here. And it really should just diamond out. Even when you're coasting, you want the shape to just diamond out. You can even jump that. You'll lose time, but it's not the end of the world if you jump the top. Keep it in second here, not worth going into third. I lift a little early. I'm basically trying to go, I'm turning in. I'm basically trying to clip the corner. I'm trying to be right by the grass and then clip this corner and then hit this curb and then end back out in the paint again. I didn't clip the curb here, but I was pretty close, so it was good enough. Out in the paint, you're basically gonna go over this jump where you're just like, what the hell am I even doing here? Like, what is this? Like, why would we want to drive this? It's so dumb. I like this section. I don't know what was wrong with it. And it's like where you can make up time too. I guess no passing in that area, whatever. So I'm basically just jumping over, seeing what there is to see, and I'm trying. I go from throttle to trail brake off of the jump. Right side's in this paint, down right by the curb, and then you can bring it all the way up, but I just like the stability of being ready because first gear is really fickle. So I lost about a tenth and a half, maybe 2/10 to my best attempt through here, just purely by being later to the brakes here. But it's kind of a weird thing. You don't want to miss it. And look at this. Look how much you can cut that corner. Again, right side's on the curb here. And first gear is just so that we can pivot the car through. And then the chicanes are the same as ever. So brake at the 7, maybe just a little bit past the 7. I was in full wheel hop mode here. I was planning to brake at the 7, and then I accidentally broke a little late. So I was a little bit, I had to brake a little harder than I usually do. I usually max out at 80, but I started out at 100 because I was like, oh crap, I'm late. Then wheel hop city, trying to get like early downshifts for the engine braking because that's how screwed I was. I don't know how I made this corner, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if this actually works, but whenever I'm in this situation, I just throw my wheel back and forth to try to scrub more speed. I don't think that's a thing, but that's what I do. Whoa. And then eventually I used the disconnected condition of my car to just throw it at that angle at the first curve, and somehow I survived. I have no clue how that worked. Definitely brake earlier than me. These angles are the angles you want. I just got really lucky to somehow end up in them. It's like, wow. Oh, that worked. Oh, that kind of worked. You kind of want to be a little bit shallower out of there, but for my circumstances, I was like, well, I probably gained some time on entry at least. Just dive bomb the hell out of it. And then I like to give myself a little bit of room to turn down on the exit of NASCAR turn 4 here. This transition is really rough. So you have to have a straight wheel through it. Left sides. So there's two ways to approach this. Some guys, and I think better guys than me, will keep their lefts a little bit in the grass and actually keep them in this paint for a little bit longer and then sharp cut in and make it straight out. I'm not sure if that's a thing anymore because like this turtle's not a turtle anymore. So I'm pretty sure I can just yeet through that to be faster. Because back when this was a turtle, I would have had to like pivot around it. And so it makes sense why you would want to keep your lefts just up here for longer. But now I feel like I can turn in when this track turns in and just drive over the curb. So yeah. And I think that's a good lap time. I don't think I'm going to get much better than that. I lost time on that new interior section, and I always lose time in the chicanes. But this time I'm probably only losing a couple tenths per chicane to the best people. Not too bad. In terms of long run, just be smart about braking earlier so that you're not adding heat to your tires by sliding. Wheel hopping. Wheel hopping's really bad. Any of that stuff, do whatever you can to avoid it. It'll really help you in the long run. All right, thank you all for watching. Wonderful day. Hope to see you all on the track.